Hey, it's JC1424 once again with NASCAR Thunder 2004, and in this episode of our 4th season in career mode, we're going to be doing race 26 of 36, which is the Chevy Rock and Roll 400 at Richmond International Raceway. In the last episode, we raced at Darlington, which was the last race of our contract in that number 99 Aaron's Dream Machine, and we finished in 5th place. The leaders are right there in front of us, I think like 8 tenths ahead. They're all packed together behind some fancy driver that was a lap down, like 176 car or something, and there was a photo finish between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ryan Newman. I think Dale Earnhardt Jr. wound up winning, even though Ryan Newman dominated the race. He was a stupid fancy driver. But now we got a new contract with number 11 Hooters car. Well, we're going to be using the Memorial paint scheme in this race because I want to do something special for Halloween, and plus it's the night race, so it's going to be a spoopy race. Now, we are 74 points behind Jeff Gordon after that race. We were 92 points behind the leader, but we got a different leader and things all messed around. So we lost a little ground on Dale Earnhardt Jr. and fell into 4th place, but we're still closer to the leader. So, given what happened last time we came into Richmond, where I accidentally drove off the track into turn 1 a little bit and the game flipped out and spawned me off pit road or whatever, we lost some time and we didn't win the race. I think we finished like 3rd or something. The fact we're able to do that after losing so much ground gets me to believe that I think we can win this race in this episode. And that's what I'm aiming for. Let's go out there and win this one. I thought we could have won Darlington, but fortunately we just weren't perfect enough. But let's go out there and do it. Our first race in this 11 car. This is going to be our longest package sponsor contract we've had yet, because this one it starts out like 68 happiness. So that could be like a freaking full 10, 11 races to the end of the season. Rival driver Tim Wagner, fancy driver, he might be there at some point. I don't know if he's going to be in this race or not. Randy Norton doesn't like me. There's bound to be one of these guys. Russell Richardson, he could be in there. At least one of these 3s I'm expecting to be in this race. And then Jeff Burton's going to return because I'm not driving the 99 car anymore. I've confirmed that, just running some practice laps of this track and getting used to the game, getting ready. And we got Tony Stewart's Alliance back up to 100% in the last episode, so I ain't got to worry about that anymore. He loves me. And also, trying to get on pit road, Sterling Marlin and I bashed into each other because I couldn't get my car to turn enough, and he certainly could, so he just kept driving into me, and now we don't have him as an ally at all. But he's not a rival, so that's good. So let's go to race weekend, quick select the equipment, and we've got an 83 car already. Seems what we always get this season. On the pole, we have Tony Stewart next to Jeff Gordon. Our main competitors for the championship all season long has just been them, 1 and 2. And we start off the race by rear-ending Jimmy Johnson, because apparently he's starting back here, and no one really gets off to a good start at Richmond. Oh my goodness, everyone is so slow. I forget, I'm starting in last place, so they automatically make it easy to pass people. Even though I'm on legend difficulty, that's just kind of how it works. So I should take advantage of the fact that they all want to go slow, and they're all bunched together. We can just pass a bunch of people. I could be in the top half of the field within a couple of laps. I don't know where Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to be starting, or Kevin Harvick, but those are the other guys that we have to worry about in the top 5 of the championship that could possibly, claim the title. We're all getting in reach. Jody Machek in his Looney Tunes car at Richmond, of all places, which is the place that they always would go using their Looney Tunes paint schemes, or most of them did. That's where Dale Earnhardt Jr. used his Funai 250 paint scheme, the orange one in the Busch Series, and he won in that paint scheme, which was what made it very significant. His collection of cars. But we're up to 30th after just 3 laps, so it's 13 passes. That's good progress. We'll be hitting people if they would stop crowding down into me when we go to the corner. I'm not trying to make it 3 wide, but I'm going to pass. I'm going to put my car in just the weirdest places. Christian Fittipaldi letting me by. Gosh, look at this thing. Hooters Air. I don't know if this says the same thing with the regular paint scheme, but this one's got this nice silver chrome color mixed in with the orange and then the black line between it. And this whole time that we're going to be driving this Hooters car that used to be driven by Brett Bodine, it's going to be all for What If Racing, because he loves Al Gowicki and the Hooters paint schemes. I don't know if he really cares that much for Chase Elliott's Hooters paint schemes. But if he had to pick between Davey Allison and Alan Kulwicki, who would he choose? I'm guessing the answer is yes, Davey Kulwicki. Or Alan Allison? I mean, honestly, what if next time you start another career mode, say like NASCAR 06, you should start the Allison family. Alan Allison. I don't freaking know. Oh goodness, don't run into Jeff Bodine. Wow, that is a freaking power slide. Something that I've noticed about the wear of the tires whenever I'm practicing for this race is that it's very bad on the front end, but then the back end, oh, the front end just gets really stiff, but the back end it just continues to slide until finally at the very end of the run, the car just can't stop sliding up the corners. Jeff Bodine didn't give me any room right there, so now he's even more pissed with me, so that sucks. But I think he'll still go down. Golly, Kurt Busch, you freaking moron. I've got to make passes, and you guys, you act like I'm going to be able to go anywhere aside from just hug the bottom and then run into you. I'm trying to pass cars, and y'all keep blocking me and using up the whole freaking racetrack. I mean, I would like to just run up against the wall and then dive into the corner, but in order to get underneath them, I have to go all the way down the bottom of the track because that's where they put me. Now, I'm trying to avoid doing what I did last time and going below the yellow line all the way to the white line, which is the exit of pit road, and like I said, it'll spawn me off pit road, and I'll be going like 50 miles an hour at first, and hit the wall because I wasn't expecting it to happen last time we came here. Speaking of the last time we came here, that was the last video that I had recorded of NASCAR Thunder 2004 for quite a while, and that was whenever I had my cherry red hair. And I gotta say, I really love my cherry red hair. And I recorded a few more videos, and I think I still had it, but at that point, I had stopped, and then that was the last one that got uploaded, I think. I'm trying to make passes, and this car is so freaking stiff. I mean, I can deal with this car being tight. It's just, if I do overdrive the corner, the car relies on sliding, and if I don't overdrive the corner, well, then I think we're fine. It's just difficult to not overdrive the corner on worn tires because the car keeps on wanting to steer less and less. But gosh, we've only complete 12 and a half laps in this race, and I am up to 7th place. Trying to make a pass on Mark Martin right here. Hit the brakes a little bit more so I don't run into him. I think we still did, but we're fine. Okay, then we got Ricky Rudd up next. So once again with all the Ford drivers, and now we're adding another Ford driver to all the Ford drivers that are competing well in this championship. I think if I can get to the points lead, we could possibly have Ford as the leading manufacturer in this championship for the first time, probably in this entire career mode. Because it takes more than just one Ford driver being in the lead of the championship to actually get that championship won with the manufacturers. And oh my god, these AI are fucking assholes. So I go in for a pass and they just run me off the racetrack, every single one of them. My gosh, we've got Ricky Rudd, Mark Martin, me, and Dale Jarrett's not here, but then there's Jeff Bodine, but he's way down the points anymore, so I guess I can't have him anymore. But then there's always Matt Kenseth. And I think there's one other, Kurt Busch, of course. And most of them are all Roush drivers. Because, you know, Roush was really good back in the early 2000s. As a matter of fact, they got back-to-back championships. Matt Kenseth and then Kurt Busch in 2003 and then 2004, correct? Into 4th place. We've got Dale Earnhardt Jr. running in 2nd, Jeff Gordon running in 3rd, which I guess that means Tony Stewart is leading this thing. Well, I need to get up there before pit stops begin, and I'm going to take my pit stop at the end of lap 20, and hopefully there's no undercutting that ruins my entire chances of winning this race. But given the distance that I am behind all 3 of these guys, I think we should have this one in the bag. If I had gotten to the field a little bit better, a little bit faster, we could have actually gotten to the lead before we take our pit stop. But unfortunately, every single driver blocking and holding me up. I think Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart are going to be really far ahead of us once we come off pit road, because these next couple laps are going to be way slower than their next couple of laps on the correct tires. But we should have better tires than them at the end of the race. I don't know when Jeff Gordon's pitting, but I'm going into pass, and I'm drifting, and well, he's not going down pit road, so that was actually kind of pointless, so never mind. I just wanted to see if I could lead the lap and not get pinned off the track. Okay, well then maybe we'll lead the next lap. If I could just fucking pass Jeff Gordon. Why is this so difficult? Why? Well, I gotta go down pit road. And of course he has to go down pit road too, so that crap has to keep on happening. You don't drive too slow in. He's probably gonna cut me off to get into his pit stall, isn't he? Well, we'll get 4 tires, full tank of fuel, and I actually don't have any damage repair. And this is a short track, so that is shocking. That last lap was just freaking garbage, because I kept on trying to pass Jeff Gordon, but every single time I get underneath him and make the move, the car just drives straight into the corner. It doesn't actually start turning. I mean, keeping the car in one piece. Not really. A bunch of freaking tire marks over the damn side of this thing. Just glad to be playing this game again. It's been a few days because playing Sly Cooper, then recording the Fear Inoculum album review, the Tool album. That was a month and a half of work, just taking the notes and a lot of energy every single freaking day to actually motivate myself to record it. I delayed it just because it's not too giant, intimidating album review. Don't know if the last of the pit stops have cycled through, but we're passing Matt Kenseth. Can't do that without hitting him because I can't stop overdriving corners for no reason. Apparently, he is not for position, so I guess he hasn't pitted. I don't know why I had any trouble passing him. But yeah, this car is tight. I saw the setup was like 25 PSI and then 0.5 wedge, which sounds pretty freaking tight, so no shit. But the thing is, it slides pretty damn easily if I wanted to, so I don't know how it could be a tight setup and still be loose. It's just I wish the front end could turn a little bit more, but then that'd probably make the car spin so easy. Well, into 6th place. And then we got Ron Hornaday. We got all kinds of lap traffic. The leader is a freaking quarter of the track away, just very far away. Ron Hornaday, get out the way. I've got places to be. Oh, well, here we go. Tim Wagner. Yeah, his rivalry is not over 60, so I can pass him clean. He doesn't block me like crazy. I actually had an easier time passing him than I have most of the cars in the freaking field because the front stretch is so damn wide. But here we go. Just 2 more passes and we'll be in the lead. We got Dale Earnhardt Jr. and then a very, very loving Tony Stewart. See, he is a 100% ally, so he should just let me by. He should just let me win the race. Golly, I only have the width of a car underneath him right now. But I don't think he's really blocking that aggressively at all. I mean, that's just him racing his line because it's a very inside line track, Richmond. And I think we're finally going to lead our first lap of the race right here. And yes, we will. We're going to win at Richmond. As long as you don't crash into a fantasy driver and choke it all the way, which I have done, I think, multiple times. I've done several times throughout all the races. Also, someone is blowing up. And that is David Green. I'm going to stop paying attention to people blowing up and focusing on finishing this race. Well, that was the thing. Yeah, I was telling you about that earlier. At the end of the run, the rear of the car just wants to go everywhere, and the front of the car don't want to go anywhere, and that's tire wear for this car. But white flag is out. Last lap of the race. Around Kenny Wallace. And I guess we'll get around Jeff Green. We'll call it a night. Or we can hit the wall. Golly, car, you are so dead. You are so gone. You are so empty inside. But I am going to pass Jeff Green. How many people did I put a lap down in this race? Or I guess the better question is, how many people finished on the lead lap? Because I don't like having to count all this stuff at the back of the field. I think we might have gained a bunch of ground in the points in this race. Also, let's do some donuts. Let's do some donuts in the Hooters car. And what if I'll do the Davey Kulwicki time? Oh, Danny. Well, Danny was one of the drivers in the Kulwicki family with what if, but Davey Kulwicki time. Well, I think he called it whatever the name of the first name of the driver was, whenever he was doing it. But yeah, we did a few donuts. Now we gotta do this. Okay, we did it. Unfortunately, we did not gain any positions in the points, but we did gain 24 points worth of ground. Dale Earnhardt Jr., well, he gained 26 points worth of ground on the points lead because he was 50 points behind the leader, which was Jeff Gordon, and now it is Tony Stewart, just by 5 points. Things are so interesting as we close into the end of this championship. I think I'm going to win this championship. I know I can do it. I just got to stop making mistakes and having not good races. I have to keep on having races like this, but you know they can't all be like that. Just wish more people were watching me as we finish this last season of my career mode. At least the last one for a really long time. It'll be a long time until I come back to it after we finish this championship. Then we got the driver spec levels. Tim Wagner just went all the way down to 28%, and it was like 50 before we went to that race, wasn't it? So that's pretty cool. But still, Randy Norton up here, and Jeff Burton is still left. Making contact with drivers I already have rivalries with, making it more difficult to wear them down. Ryan Hornaday's in here. I hate to see that. So many freaking rivals, but at least they're not... I mean, only one of them's like a real major rival, and I would say that's Randy Norton. Everybody else I'm not really that concerned with. Tony Stewart, still sitting around 100%. Mike Waltrip is still in here for some freaking reason. I thought I got rid of his alliance, but okay. Let's go to team management. Take a look at the shop additions. 6 races left until the body shop comes in. And I think we have 10 races left in the season, so this should come in before, or maybe after race 32 or something like that. I don't know what the math is. Let's go into the garage, and we'll take a repair to this equipment right here. Overall, won't do anything. Yeah, I already know that much. And then we have the engines. We're going to repair the one that we just used right there as well. We could get it more power. We don't need more power in our engine. Gosh, I'm gaining money little by little, 15.9 million. Of course, I'm spending it all right now on the repairing of my equipment. And then we've got the bodies. We're going to repair the one that we just used right there. We've got 4 races left until this one is done being built. I got to make sure I keep my eye on it so that whenever it's 2 races left, I sell one of my equipment. So whenever that thing is done being built, I can start repairing the other one and get to the new one. But while we're working on all this crap, we can go ahead and repair this. Overalls won't do anything because we just got our last shop edition in, and it's already done everything it can to the other equipment that we have. Okay, so that is taken care of, all the equipment. And the sponsorship, of course, 66 happiness. So it goes down 2% every race. Should have 9 races left in this contract. Well, thanks for watching this episode of my 4th season in NASCAR Thunder 2004 Career Mode. Next episode, we're actually going to use the primary Hooters paint scheme at the Sylvania 300, New Hampshire International Speedway, or as it's now known, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Last time we came here, I think we finished in 10th place, and that was a collaboration with my friend Dale Reynolds, his channel, That Dude Named Dale. And, gosh, this is a track I would really like to win at, and I don't know if my car is really that much better at all to possibly win here. I could try, but I don't know if it's going to go any better. Let's just try to finish better than we did last time. Let's try to get at least 9th. See you next time. That's that, and episode over.